Today's topic is about outdoor activity. Enjoy.
Lucas? Wow, haven't seen you here in ages. Still running up mountains like a maniac?
Emma? Haha, guilty as charged. I could ask you the same, still gliding around in that kayak of yours?
Every chance I get. Honestly, I was out on the water at dawn today. There's nothing like that first paddle stroke through glassy water.
That sounds peaceful, I'll admit. But it still blows my mind you wake up early just to sit in a boat.
You say sit, like it's lounging on a couch. Kayaking engages my core, arms, back, and legs constantly. You're stabilizing every second.
Sure. But you're on water. No impact, no climbing, no resistance unless there's wind. How hard can it really be?
You've obviously never paddled upstream for an hour with changing currents. It's constant resistance, like weightlifting that doesn't end.
Okay, fair. But the water still does part of the work, right?
Only if you're drifting, which I never am. Controlling a kayak isn't passive. You're always reading the flow, adjusting angle, managing rhythm. It's full-body chess.
That's more intense than I expected. But isn't it, I don't know, isolating? No one talks out there.
That's part of the appeal. You're alone, but never lonely. Nature keeps you company. Every ripple, every bird call, it's communication of a different kind.
All right, that I can respect. But what if it rains or it's windy? Isn't it kind of unsafe?
That's when skill kicks in. You read the weather, plan your route, and adapt. It's about partnering with nature, not fighting it.
Partnering with nature, huh? I like the sound of that. Still, you're stuck to bodies of water. I'd go stir-crazy paddling in circles.
That's such a land person thing to say. Rivers aren't circles. There's flow, direction, discovery. Even lakes change every day. Light, wind, wildlife.
But don't you miss terrain variety? Climbing, descending, navigating rock and root?
Water has depth, currents, eddies. Just because it's horizontal doesn't mean it's flat. You just experience change in motion, not elevation.
You make a compelling case. Still, I need something more vertical. Something that punishes the legs and rewards the soul.
Here we go. The gospel of hiking.
I can't help it. There's something primal about standing on a summit knowing your legs carried you there. No engine, no paddle, just grit.
And sore calves.
Yes, and glorious sore calves, but also views that stretch for miles, air that tastes cleaner, and the satisfaction of having earned it.
I earn every meter on the water too, just in a different axis.
Fair enough, but in hiking or trail running, you engage your full body in a different way. Uneven ground works your stabilizers, your coordination. Every step is data.
Sounds like you're writing a love letter to blisters.
Blisters are just the price of passion. Seriously, I crave that burn. It clears my head. Running uphill is like therapy, except faster and harder.
But how much do you really notice around you when you're running?
That's the beauty. Trail running demands awareness. You scan every route, every bend. You're not detached from nature. You're immersed in it.
Whereas kayaking lets you observe. Birds don't fly away. Deer don't bolt. You're part of the landscape, not crashing through it.
But sometimes crashing through it is exactly what I need to break through my own limits. Water flows, but mountains push back.
And water teaches flow, resilience, softness without weakness. You can't muscle through a river. You have to understand it.
I like that, but I still find something spiritual in the climb. That last step before a summit, the stillness, it's my version of your sunrise paddle.
Different routes to the same feeling, maybe? Stillness, perspective, presence.
Exactly. Maybe it's not about the activity, but the effect it has on us.
So when are you getting in a kayak with me?
Ha! When you agree to tackle a 10K trail with 600 meters of elevation gain.
You're on, but I'm warning you, I'll bring snacks and frequent water breaks.
Deal. And I'll try not to capsize your boat in return.
Generous of you. Who knew two totally different paths could lead to the same gym?
Or the same friendship. Outdoors, indoors, paddling, or climbing, it's all about showing up. Let's learn some new words in today's conversation. Gliding, meaning moving smoothly and continuously. Example, she enjoyed gliding silently across the calm lake in her kayak. Trail, meaning a path or track, often in a natural setting. Example, he followed the narrow trail through the dense forest. Summit, meaning the highest point of a hill or mountain. Example, reaching the summit felt like conquering the world. Paddle, meaning to move a small boat through water using a paddle. Example, she paddled upstream against a tough current. Terrain, meaning the physical features of a stretch of land. Example, the rocky terrain made the hike challenging. Ripples, meaning small waves or undulations on the surface of water. Example, ripples spread outward from where the fish jumped. Core, meaning the central part of the body used for stability. Example, kayaking works your core more than you'd expect. Navigate, meaning to find a way through or over an area. Example, he had to navigate the tight turns in the river. Grit, meaning courage and resolve. Example, it takes grit to finish a 10K trail run in steep terrain. Observe, meaning to watch carefully. Example, kayaking lets you observe wildlife without disturbing them. Blisters, meaning fluid-filled swellings on the skin caused by friction. Example, she got blisters after her first hike in new boots. Engage, meaning to participate or become involved. Example, he likes sports that engage his full body and mind. Stabilizing, meaning making or keeping something steady. Example, her core was always stabilizing the kayak as she moved. Descending, meaning going downward. Example, they were descending the mountain trail when it started to rain. Drifting, meaning moving slowly, typically without control. Example, he found himself drifting toward the shore in his kayak. Partnering, meaning working together cooperatively. Example, kayaking is about partnering with the river, not fighting it. Resistance, meaning the opposition to movement or flow. Example, the upstream current provided constant resistance. Craving, meaning desiring something strongly. Example, she was craving a long, peaceful paddle after a stressful week. Scan, meaning to look over quickly but carefully. Example, trail runners must scan the ground constantly for hazards. Immersed, meaning deeply involved or absorbed. Example, she felt immersed in nature during her solo kayaking trip. Adapting, meaning adjusting to new conditions. Example, adapting to weather is part of outdoor sports. Awareness, meaning knowledge or perception of a situation. Example, he sharpened his awareness with each trail run. Perspective, meaning a particular point of view. Example, kayaking gives her a new perspective on familiar places. Solitude, meaning the state of being alone. Example, he enjoys the solitude of early morning hikes. Weather, meaning atmospheric conditions like wind, rain, or sun. Example, they both check the weather before heading out. Discovery, meaning the act of finding something new. Example, every paddle brings the possibility of new discovery. Obstacles, meaning things that block or hinder progress. Example, the trail was full of obstacles like fallen trees and rocks. Flow, meaning the steady movement in a direction, especially of water. Example, you have to learn to follow the flow in kayaking. Path, meaning a way or track laid down for walking or moving. Example, the forest path was covered with leaves. Relentless, meaning never-ending or persistent. Example, paddling against a relentless current is exhausting. Presence, meaning the state of being present and attentive. Example, She felt full presence while floating through the quiet cove. Sore, meaning aching or painful. Example: his legs were sore after the steep descent. Glassy, meaning smooth and reflective like glass. Example: the lake was glassy and still in the early morning light. Stillness, meaning absence of movement or sound. Example: the stillness of the river was meditative. Capable, meaning having the ability to do something. Example: she's capable of kayaking for hours without tiring.